This episode is being brought to you by my Transformation Reboot membership program. Enrollment is open throughout the month of January, and you can start a free 10-day trial by going over to millionpoundmission.com. Now, this program is ideal for anyone that is looking to ramp up the results, add accountability, and be a part of an amazingly supportive community. We do weekly group chats, monthly challenges, and members have access to one-on-one hot seat coaching sessions just like the one you're about to hear with this episode today. So head on over to millionpoundmission.com and start your free 10-day trial membership today. And let's dive into this episode where you get to listen in on a coaching session I recently did with one of my Transformation Reboot members. All right, Tracy, welcome to your hot seat. What would you like to focus on with this round?
This I know will come as no surprise to you, but I'm being pretty hard on myself because I've gone through some stuff and I'm fighting my way back, but it's just it seems like I'm just playing with the same 20 pounds. I lose it and I gain it. I lose it and I gain it. It's just really frustrating. I know I'm happy there's just 20 pounds that I have to lose. I mean, I remember, I would have been thrilled with that 3 years ago, but yeah, it's just disheartening. I'm just getting so tired of always, I think I would think at this point, along the way that I wouldn't have to fight so hard all the time, but nope, I'm still having to fight.
Yeah. Well, let's put things in perspective. So, first off, what are the alternatives? Do we just gain it all back? We can either move forward or we can move backwards. So it's right. It's not like we're trying to make a decision of, well, should I gain it all back or should I move forward? So that's so it's not really a decision to be made. So it's more about perspective. And so, the last several weeks you've been dealing with a very intense situation. You lost a very close friend that you knew that, that was going to eventually happen. And, mm-hmm. Shit happens like that. And yeah. It's not like everything was going good and you just lost focus. Something major happened. So you can't put that in. You can't just lump that in and be like, well, I don't understand why I've gained weight. There's no explanation. There is an explanation. It's called, you went through a major thing. You lost somebody important to you and it was a big damn deal. So, sometimes we just got to deal with that. And so I think just kind of hitting the reset button and going, okay, I'm not going to beat myself up about that because that happened and now we move forward. And the good thing is, the things that you need to do to move forward. We need accountability. We need to have, laser focused mindset. We need to get you in front of the, my stuff, doing these hot seats, doing the community chats, things like that. Use your accountability coaching with the gym. Use all that stuff, hit the go button and put all of that into play. Because that's what always works. And if in these situations we go, okay, what always works and what's the low hanging fruit? We just start putting that back into play. And so I don't think that this is a time where it's well, obviously my nutrition plan hasn't been working for me. It's the life circumstances that messed you up, not your fitness plan, not your nutrition plan. So now it's more of a decision of getting back into that groove that we've been in the past that's worked well. So booking classes, get all that stuff, just plugged it back in. And we've got the big event here at the home base coming up, and that's going to give you a big shot in the arm. But what I would love to see, we've got a week until that happens. So I'd love to see this week that we're plugging in. So get on the Tuesday night chat, get your classes, get in there and doing that, just pre-book everything. Get, several group chats booked, your next hot seat booked, battle plan workbook. We're doing all that this next week. That way, when the event hits, you don't have to waste any of that energy getting ready. You already have all those other pieces in place. What I would do is get a hold of Coach Marcy and be like, listen, I want to use my 7 days of accountability. I would use them starting a week from tomorrow. That way it's just rocket fuel, ready to go. And we're crushing. And that way you just step right in through that momentum instead of, again, being oh, I'm so fired up and now I've got to backtrack a little bit and figure everything out. Let's spend this week to map it all out. And that way it's just execute as soon as the post-event momentum hits you. So does that make sense?
It does. Yeah, sure. I just think my body though, I mean, I'm just fighting this. I'm constantly fighting these 20 pounds. It just wants to be 20 pounds heavier. And, I don't like it. I mean, if I were happy there, I'd be, I wouldn't complain because it's
Yeah.
really easy for me to maintain, but I'm not happy there. And it's
Yeah.
just, I'm just fighting it like crazy. It seems like
Yeah.
it just wants to go back up there.
Yeah. Well, personally, I would disagree. I've seen you maintain that for an extended period of time. And when you gain it back is when you unplug. And whether that's for good reasons or not so good reasons.
Okay.
So
Okay.
when you stop doing the things that we always
Mhm.
know work, so I don't think it's about your body. So, I wouldn't use that as a crutch. It's not like, oh,
Okay.
my body is rejecting health.
Okay.
It's outside of your comfort zone, but your body isn't going shame eat. You know what I'm saying?
All right,
So
good.
like,
Well, that's good.
so I
Yeah.
would, we got to release that a little bit. And it's just a
Okay.
story that you're telling yourself. It's like,
Okay.
okay, my body is fighting me and it doesn't want to be at this weight. Like, I think it does want to be at that weight. It's just, and again, I've seen you maintain that for an extended period of time. If it was just like a blip, like the first time I lost 100 pounds, I gained 20 back like almost that next week. And so that was just a
Mhm.
little one, boop, I touched my toe in the water and dove way back. Yours wasn't like that.
Mhm.
And like I said, this last round was you
Mhm.
lost a friend and there was some emotions that, resulted in some decisions. But that, like I said, that has nothing to do with your health, where your health is at, or your body's at, or hormones, or like any of that stuff. That's just
Mhm.
mental stuff, decision stuff. So, like, I really think as somebody that needs that external accountability, let's use external accountability because when you unplug from that, that's when we regain weight. When we stop
Mhm.
doing the things that we know always work. So that's where and we tend to have these conversations, and we plug into accountability, and things start climbing back up, and then we just hold on to that and be present and go, okay, I can't let go of these accountability anchor points because when I release those,
Right.
that's when the weight comes back. That's when the decisions aren't made according to my game plan. And I see this happen all the time. It's very, very easy to gloss over the times that we're unplugged and just kind of hit the edit button and delete that out.
Mhm.
And then our memory banks just connects point A to point C and forgets point B altogether and
Yeah.
go, why am I not back where I was before? Because,
Yeah.
this doesn't make any sense. And
Mhm.
everybody does that. So you're not like unique and special. And that like we all do that. So we have to remember point B in the middle and what happened there and how do we
Mhm.
fix that. So the good news is we know what works. We've got things that habits that we know always work for us, and we know
Mhm.
what's throwing us off track. So we use those two things going forward, and we're continuously. I've never promoted that we fix a thing and then it's going great forever. Like it's that curvy
Yeah.
road that I always talk about. But the key
Mm.
is being mindful of where you're at in the curve, and then knowing what the next step is to either maintain momentum or correct momentum. And I think you're somebody that does a really good job of that. So that's I would. So in a nutshell, I would encourage you to stop telling yourself that story about not your body not agreeing with that 20 pounds and
Okay.
back and forth, and just focus on the habits that are in place when you're at that peak and just hanging on to those as much as possible. I think that's going to be the game changer switch that we flip. And like with me, I very similar thing where I lost 100 pounds, kind of celebrated, crossed the finish line, and I let go of a lot of the
Mhm.
habits and the processes and that drive that got me there. And I started taking way too frequent cheat meals, cheat days, cheat weeks,
Mhm.
and celebrated and kind of like, oh, I deserve a rest now. I started telling myself
Mhm.
this story, and that's what led me to gain 20 pounds back real quick. And then I said, damn,
Mhm.
okay, what was I doing when I was at my peak? How can I get back to there? And then kind of tweak that process to level out and maintain that pace. And that's same thing what we're going to do with you. And I got your back the whole way. So that's the good thing,
Okay. Yeah, that's good.
as
It's
always.
Yes, thank you. um, yeah, it's although you're at the place now where you can, you don't have to. I know you work hard at it still and you work out, but you know, it's just sometime I would like to be at the place where I can just maybe let my guard down just a little bit.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Like, I don't know if that exists because I'm more focused than I ever have been, but
Yeah.
I am just at the place mentally where I don't ever beat myself up about it. I don't get in my head about stuff. I think those are the two things. If we can get rid of that, that's the key, you know, because
Of
I
course.
work as hard, like my workouts are as hard
Uh-huh.
as they've ever been. My level
Mhm.
of planning is, I spend more focused time doing that, but it's a very streamlined process now because I've been doing it for
Mhm.
so long. I don't have to spend as much mental energy on my game plan of when I meal prep, what I'm cooking, because it's just a process. It's automated at this
Mhm.
point. And that's,
Mhm.
instead of thinking like, oh, I'll have to never think about what I eat. I
Mm.
always think about what I eat, but it's an
Mhm.
easy process because I've been doing it for so long. That's the bridge that we want to cross, not
Mhm.
the magical rainbow unicorn bridge that doesn't exist. You know, that it's like, oh, I'll never have to think about what I eat, and I can just eat whatever I want, or anything like that. Uh, the key to taking that feeling away of all of that stress over food is you decide to take that stress off of yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
you are the one that has to do that. No one else can do that for you.
Oh, no.
Um, but I just feel like if you compare yourself today to Tracy from 5 years ago, that was, much less healthy in a lot of ways, you can prove to yourself right there that this, like, you're moving in the right direction, like you are on this path and you're way far down the path.
Mhm.
So that should give you some positive mojo and some hope, and think like, all right, now, okay, I think this is something that I can actually do. And you're closer than what you think. And so just think about how hard it was, that initial boot camp that you did, like just to get some of the basic habits going. But now those,
Mhm.
like, you show up for class, you show,
Yeah.
like all that stuff, that's natural. And the food will be the same way. It's just down the line. You just keep with the process. And so like you aren't having to stress out about, oh, when am I going to work out? How am I going to work? Like all those
Mhm.
initial stressors aren't stressful now. And it's not that you aren't thinking about any of them. They're just much more relaxed
Mhm.
pace. They're natural. They're ingrained in your regular regimen. And the food will be the same way. It's the hardest part because we're surrounded by temptations. Like we're not really surrounded by people going, you should not work out today.
Yeah.
And like
It's true.
that's more just us getting over it. So with
Mhm.
the food temptation is always going to be there. That's why it's one of the last things that we really get that tight grip on. And still, like last night, I went out to eat. The in-laws are in town. Went to a Mexican restaurant, and my game plan going in is like, just get the fajitas, get all the meat piled up with vegetables, and I'm good.
Mhm.
And those damn chips are sitting there, and
Mhm.
the salsa, and I had to fight hard. I had to think really damn hard, and it was like, I won't even say I had a 50-50 shot. I was probably 80% going to eat those and 20% not. But the 20% won out last night. But just me being where I'm at, and you kind of looking at me as somebody that's in a leadership position, I still struggle. I don't struggle with that. I deal
Mhm.
with it, you know?
Mhm.
So I don't even want to use the word struggle.
Mhm.
It almost slipped out and I caught myself. I don't struggle with that. I deal with
Right.
it and I make decisions around that. So down, that's not me going, I'm just not going to think about anything that I do. Like
Right.
but that didn't bother me that I had to think about it. I was proud of myself. I was like, all
Mhm.
right, cool. I kind of
Mhm.
fought that one off. And I was just like, I told that dude, I'm like, you get the damn food here quick because I need to eat and I need to eat
Yeah.
these fajitas quick or those chips are going down, brother. So I pushed him away. Like I put him like out of my
Yeah.
arms,
Yeah.
tried to talk, and I just did anything that I had to do, but I had to
Mhm.
really dial up the focus and think.
Mhm.
But those moments for me are fewer and far further between,
Mhm.
and you'll get there too. That's the long-winded answer for, for this, Tracy. Is
Well,
that
that's good.
helpful?
Yes, very much.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Good. But no, I think you're on the right path. So let's talk action steps. I want this next 7 days. I really want you to view it as a ramp up, like an onboarding
Mhm.
to the next phase of your transformation. Um, and we're going to add rocket fuel next weekend at the live event,
Mhm.
and that's when things really take off. So the next 7 days, next 6 days are going to be about getting your battle plan workbook done, booking your appointments, booking your workouts, getting
Mhm.
all of those components in place, all those accountability anchor points, getting
Mhm.
the accountability coaching scheduled, all that stuff. then boom, we flip that ignition switch, and I'm going to flip it in a big way, just so you know. It's going to be
Good.
amazing. And then it's just rocket fuel, and you'll feel that momentum going to the next phase, especially, we're heading into the holiday season, and this is an important 28 days that we've got here in front of us, and we're going to make the most of it. All right.
Yeah. Great.
Can you feel it?
Sounds good.
You feel the energy, Tracy? All right,
I can feel it.
Good. Because I know you've had a rough go these last few weeks, and I'm proud of you for coming through the other side and let go of the stuff you need to let go of. Those 20 pounds or whatever, we're not going to lose those. We're going to release those. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
All right.
That's very good.
All right, my friend. Yes. All right. So I will, I'm planning on seeing you at the gym, and I'll see you in all the accountability anchor points that we've got set up. And we're just going to start reversing that momentum. All right. We'll do it together.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks for hanging out after the episode. This is just a quick reminder that enrollment is open for my Transformation Reboot membership. You can start a free 10-day trial anytime in January by going over to millionpoundmission.com. Now, this membership option is perfect for anyone that is interested in leveling up their transformation results and escaping what I refer to as the black hole of weight loss doom, where you lose weight and gain it back over and over again. All you have to do to get started is head on over to millionpoundmission.com and start your free trial today.